Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to another Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to jump straight in today and give you a little kind of tip on how to capture monsters. Quite early on in the game there are a few sort of capture quests, and I know some people have sort of been having some difficulties trying to capture monsters, sort of trying to work out when to capture them, sort of the best way to go about it. So I figured I'd sort of run through, give you a few tips, tell you kind of what to look for, and hopefully this will make your life a lot easier. Okay, so the first thing you need to make sure you have, there are two items you must have in order to capture a monster. You need a trap, typically a shock trap, but it does still work, a pitfall trap as well, so any kind of trap, but some monsters are susceptible to certain types of traps, so I personally just typically take a shock trap. But yeah, you need a trap and you need trank bombs. I'd recommend at least 2 or 3, because some monsters take 2, some monsters take 3 trank bombs, but yeah, it's better to take a few more, because if you miss a few shots or if something gets in the way, then obviously if you haven't got enough trank bombs you can't capture your monster, so always have some spares. But yeah, with those 2 items you obviously need to go and find your monster first, and then obviously work his health down, so it's going to take a little while depending on sort of what you're fighting, depending on the weapons you've got and the kind of strength you are. But obviously once you start sort of like working your monster down, then you've got to start looking for the signs of kind of when it's weak. Now what you don't want to do is mistake when it's kind of drooling as a sign it's ready to capture, because that's not. When it drools, it's typically sort of worn out and it's kind of like tired, so it's, you know, sort of it's going to be a lot slower to attack, but it does not necessarily mean that it's ready to capture, because it will often start drooling quite early on in the fight, because if you attack it quite a lot then it'll get fatigued and then, you know, it may well give you the wrong impression. The thing you want to look for is when the monster starts to limp. Basically it's different monsters limp in different ways, but it's normally quite identifiable. So if you look at like the video, then you'll see like Rathian is quite clearly limping. They'll also typically walk slower as well, and then obviously they'll try and limp away and either leave the area or, in Rathian's case, fly away. Now occasionally you may well fight a monster and then you might not see them limp, but if you come to another area and you find they're asleep, that's also the other clearly identifiable factor that they are ready to capture. A monster will typically go to sleep if they're ready to capture, because by that time they're really weak and they try and sort of, you know, recover for a bit, so typically they'll flee, they'll try and rest up, and then they'll come back afterwards. So yeah, if you get to an area and you haven't seen a monster limp, but it is sleeping, then that's definitely a sign to go ahead. Otherwise, if you see it limping, then you're also ready to go. Now once you see a monster limping, I'd recommend letting it leave the area and go to the next area, because obviously if you put down a trap and your monster walks past it, then obviously you can't pick your trap back up and then you could have missed your opportunity. So yeah, just sort of like, if you watch the video in the background, you'll see that kind of I fought Rathian for a bit, saw it limped away, so I let it fly to the next area, followed it there. As it was flying down, okay, I didn't actually time it very well because the wind knocked me back, but yeah, once it was sort of doing its tail spin, I dropped down a trap and then caught it, and then you just run to the front, throw a couple of trank bombs. I actually threw 3 that time, and then that's done. That's your monster captured. But anyway, that is pretty much it for this one. Hopefully if you had trouble sort of like trapping monsters, then it's giving you something to go on. But as always, don't forget to like and share the video. It does really help me out, and obviously don't forget to subscribe. Also don't forget to check out the new Twitter page and the Facebook page. But otherwise, thanks for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.